Good morning. My name is Lee Mary Day Porch, and I am the president of Putnam Project Lighthouse. On October 4th, 2013, Vanessa Fontaine's worst nightmare came to life. Despite having warned her autistic son Avante's school that he was prone to wandering, he ran right out the door of his classroom, past security cameras and a security guard, and vanished. For 3 months, his family searched and prayed for his safe return, but Avante never came home. Like most autistic children, he was drawn to water. His remains washed up on a riverbank 3 months later. No one will ever know what he experienced in his final hours. Across this country, vulnerable children and adults go missing every day, but not from kidnapping. They go missing because, due to conditions such as autism, intellectual disability, Alzheimer's, and dementia, they feel compelled to explore, wander, or perhaps escape situations they find stressful. Due to their disability, they lack a sense of danger. Many are found too late to return home again, and a beloved child, sibling, parent, or grandparent is lost needlessly. What people often don't realize is just how quickly it can happen. A teacher becomes distracted. A caregiver needs a restroom break. A child wakes in the middle of the night and wanders away. We organize searches, hit the airwaves, and put up missing posters, but there are simply too many places a vulnerable person can hide in, and time runs out. It doesn't have to be this way. The same technology that allows us to order a pizza on our smartphones can be utilized to save a life. By fitting people with cognitive disorders with a small transmitter, we can track and bring them home again. Unfortunately, many communities do not realize the need for this technology until tragedy occurs. It's then purchased, but usually after tens of thousands of dollars have been spent in the search or lives have been lost. In 2014, following the disappearance and rescue of little Peyton Blodgett in Baker County, some of us got to wondering what we could do to prevent tragedy in Putnam County. Like all communities, we too have many citizens vulnerable to wandering. But living in Florida, a state filled with bodies of water and swimming pools, and coincidentally home to a large elderly population, we decided we needed to act now rather than later. In partnership with the Putnam County Sheriff's Department, we created a nonprofit to help protect Putnam County's most vulnerable by fitting them with personal transmitters that can be tracked should they become lost. We invited parents of special needs children, teachers, school administrators and board members, representatives from such agencies such as hospice, Putnam Community Medical Center, law enforcement, fire rescue, CARD, and more to join our board. Soon we discovered that via Project Lifesaver International and the U.S. Justice Department, a grant made possible following the death of Avante Akendo, was available to help purchase the base equipment for our county. Putnam Project Lighthouse was born. We are pleased to have with us today our partners in this endeavor. From the Putnam County School Board, who generously purchased an additional receiver for the South Putnam area, to Sunrise Rotary of Palatka, and the Heal Foundation, who have contributed funds that will help provide over 40 families with a Project Lifesaver tracking bracelet, to the many Putnam County businesses who donated goods and services for our fundraising raffle. We are so very proud of our community, a community that stepped up and said, not in Putnam County. In Putnam County, we're going to bring them home again. Today, we at Putnam Project Lighthouse would like to dedicate the launch of our program to the memory of Avante Akendo, who lost his life, but whose legacy has afforded thousands of vulnerable children and adults in this country an opportunity to be reunited with their loved ones.
Good morning. I'm Detective Jared Guy. I work for the Putnam County Sheriff's Office, and I'd like to present some of the equipment that we are going to use for Putnam Project Lifesaver. The two pieces of equipment that we are using, one is this band. It is a small transmitter that goes inside of a band that can be worn on an ankle or a wrist or anywhere that we can make it comfortable for the loved one to wear. What happens is this, if this goes missing on the person, we activate the receiver, which one of these was purchased. Now we have 3 for each district of our county. We activate the receiver, we go to the scene, we plug in the frequency that individual transmitter is frequencies to, plug it in, start at the last point of where we see the person's been seen, and we use this to track them on a RF frequency. The next, the other piece of equipment that we have is called the PAL system. This is a self-contained system that goes with the person, and the loved ones are able to track them themselves. It's got 2 pieces of equipment with it and a charging base. A wristwatch is worn and it actually tells time and communicates with the receiver on an RF frequency. Now, what happens is if the watch goes too far from the receiver, it activates a loud tone to let you know that the watch is too far away from this, and it trips automatically into a GPS system. So it's RF to begin with until this unit gets too far away from the receiver, and then it trips into a GPS where you can actually, the loved one can look on their smartphone or their computer and see exactly where that watch is. Now, this is good for mobile adults, maybe with dementia, early stages of Alzheimer's, who are still mobile. We've had several incidents where one of these persons would get into a vehicle going just down the street to a loved one's house, but they end up in a different state. And it's very difficult to find them when they're mobile. So this is a good system for them because you can look and say, oh goodness, they're in Virginia. They left here 18 hours ago. We know exactly where to send law enforcement to go find them. So this is a good system for that. What I'd like to do now is bring out our first recipient of the Project Lighthouse project. And this is his mother and father, Mr. and Mrs. Porch. And his name is Callum. Hey, buddy. How are you?
Put that on your ankle.
Yep. You ready? Oh, you're getting big boy. Okay, can I hold that? Can you grab my scissors that are up? Oh, it should be on the right hand side over there. Thank you. It's okay, buddy. Okay.
All done.
All done. Give me a high five. There you go. All right, you ready? There you go. Wave to everybody. Very good.
See you later, buddy.
And that's how simple it is. Sometimes it'll take some getting used to for a young child, but as you can see, it's very simple. At this time, I'd like to turn it over to Mr. Lee, who is also present with us and on the board. Mr. Lee?
Well, good morning. We would like to thank all of you who have come out today to officially help us launch Putnam Project Lighthouse. We're happy that Putnam County will now have the tools in place to protect our most vulnerable. But in the course of our research into the Project Lifesaver program, we realized how few agencies in Florida have such a program in place. Yet it seems as if almost every day we keep hearing stories in the news of desperate searches for our missing children and silver alerts to find our seniors. Too many loved ones whose devastated families would have gladly paid the $250 to $300 for a simple bracelet that would increase the likelihood of their safe return. It doesn't have to be this way. From our school district and sheriff's department, who have made efforts to improve protocols for missing special needs students and to educate school personnel and school resource officers on autism, to our fire department, who jumped on board to assist Project Lighthouse families in replacing batteries, to our civic groups, who have enthusiastically offered to help provide needy families with transmitters, to local radio stations and social media, who've helped to just get the word out. Putnam County is proof that a community can come together and help our citizens and our families in these situations. If you are ever curious as to how we came about this endeavor, please ask us, and we will be glad to help you as we seek to protect those who are in our lives and become dangerously when they wander. If the poorest county in the state of Florida can come together to do so much for our most vulnerable, we're pretty sure you can too. If you need help, call us. We'll be glad to tell you how we did it. So come on, Florida. Let's bring our loved ones back home. Thank you.
Does any about our project that they would like answered?
Who should people call if they do want more information?
The number for the Putnam County School Board is on the sheet that we handed you there, and I believe the number is 3290538. Thank you. And they will take the information down and then forward it to someone in the program for us to contact.
Should other counties call that number too if they want more?
Other county, they could contact us that way, or they could go to the website. There's a contact form that will go straight to one of us, and then we'll give them a call back and be in touch.
And we're getting started from there. Any more questions?
Just one, Lee. What does it mean to you as a mother to have this available now?
It's sort of hard to describe the pervasive fear that accompanies having a child that is prone to wandering. We have had a frightening wandering incident in our family that occurred last July 4th. And I will never forget walking out the front door and the first sights being the St. Johns River across the street. We found him in less than 2 minutes, but it was terrifying. Mm-hmm. You're never relaxed. Everywhere you go, you're looking for the exits. We've upgraded our security system, but you're constantly wondering, is there an opportunity for him to get away? And it just happens so quickly. People, they often criticize caregivers whose family member has gotten away, but they just don't realize how quickly it occurs. It's just so quick. But it's certainly peace of mind. Thrilled to pieces to have this dream finally come true, and it'll allow his father and I a chance to rest a little bit better at night.
And do you have any estimates of how many people, excuse me, in Putnam this may apply to, or may qualify for?
I do. We have, in our school district, we have 328, approximately 328 children enrolled who might benefit. Not all of them, their needs are going to be so severe, but they are the ones that have been diagnosed with the intellectual disabilities, Down syndrome, and autism. And then as far as adults with the dementia, we used census information as well as Alzheimer's Association statistics. And we came to a number of 1,794 residents who we would anticipate would be diagnosed with dementia. And when you combine the children and the adults, we believe that we have a little over 2,100 people who might benefit from the program in Putnam County.
And if they can pay the $300, they can just pay it and get. But
They
if they
can
don't
pay-
have $300, you'll be raising money for.
Yes, that's what some of our fundraising partners have done for us. We actually have some of those monies available, and we have bracelets available right now for families who are in need, and they just need to complete an enrollment packet, and we'll quickly make a decision and try to help them out as quickly as possible.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Well, I'd like to thank everybody for coming out and supporting us.